Hey guys, welcome to a new weekly analysis slash breakdown of what happened this week from May 13th to May 17th. It's a very nice video, guys. I actually invite you to watch it completely every single day, where you will be watching how I approach the markets, my analysis of every single day. And a quick spoiler, it was a great week for me. So amazing analysis, amazing setups, and yeah, overall a great week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get right into it. Hey guys, welcome to another day in the markets. Today's May 13th, the beginning of a new week, and I'm currently watching AU on US 30. To be honest with you guys, this day looks pretty much like a no trading day, at least in AU. The reason for that is I'll show you. So this is the structure I like. You guys can see this line. I would like to see price to give us a discount towards this area and look for some buying opportunities towards this. But there's still a lot of movement for price to do before reaching this point. I know that price recently took Friday's high and Thursday's high, as well as this high here. So you guys can see the movement. It recently took these highs here. But I'll have to see some selling confirmation for me to consider some sales opportunities towards this area. So yeah, that's basically the reason. Sometimes these days just price continues going up without giving any reversal. So for me to consider something value, I'll have to see something like more like a bigger break of structure to consider some sales. So yeah, and in US 30, what I like is that price recently took Friday's high. So it took Friday's high here. I would like to see some discount, but we can see how bullish we are. I understand, like, this is a huge gap. I completely understand that. And price right now is sitting in a daily zone here, which is a complete gap. So I would like to see maybe some reversal in US 30. But yeah, I will have to wait for New York Open to release, so at 9:30 a.m. and then I will maybe see if there's some opportunities for me. Also, there's this zone here which I might like, this demand zone here that's following trend. So also price could reach this zone and then continue its bullish trend. So yeah, I'm gonna look what happened when New York opens, and I'll update you guys with whatever happens. But it pretty much looks like an old trading day in AU, and I'm still waiting for US 30. Okay guys, so it's currently 9:34 a.m. So New York already opened, and like I said, I'm looking for a reversal to see if there's actually some movement to the downside. We can see that price is rejecting, right? But there's still no break of structure for me, like at least like a valid break of structure. I understand that this was kind of a break of structure, but price already rejected from this supply zone, and it occurred in New York Open. So yeah, I would like for price to break at least this structure or this structure. That will basically make me more confident in taking sales. If that doesn't happen, price, I'll just consider price to continue going up. But yeah, because like you guys see, this is the more cleanness breakout structure, rather than this. It's not very clear in the 5 minute. You guys can see here, it might be a little bit clear like in the 1 minute, that you guys see the impulse like this, then it takes liquidity from here and it breaks the structure, and this was kind of like the latest low, but this took liquidity from here. So I usually don't like to see that. I just like to see this, that it took liquidity from here, and then for price, after taking liquidity from this high here, to break structure, discount, sell. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking for, and let's see if that actually happens or if it's a no trading day. Also, like I said, I'm looking for price to reach this point that I like, and that could also be maybe a possibility for buying. So I'm still looking, and let's see what happens. Hey guys, so it's currently 10:37 a.m. New York time, and I took a trade in US30. I'm already in break even, so I already moved my stop loss to break even, and what I'm targeting, or what I expect, is for price to take all this liquidity here. I expect for price to take this whole liquidity here. So we can see that since the start of Monday, prices started going up with no momentum at all, and that for me it's a very clear indication of liquidity in the markets. And we can see this, and you guys can see that there was kind of an accumulation. Then price did the manipulation, taking this high here, which was Friday's high, and now I expect for a longer reversal towards price taking this liquidity here, and then respecting this zone here, that there's also a gap and it's a demand zone, and then after doing this, continue to the upside. That's basically my bias for today. Also considering that price is holding, or it's located in a daily gap. So yeah, that's basically my analysis for this trade. I'm not closing this trade until price just, there's two options: or price reverse fully and takes me out in a break-even trade, or it just hits my final TP. Oh, and before going any further, I took this trade with my 5K account with the Fivers. It's the account that I'm testing US30. So I risked 1%, which is around $50, and my final TP will be around $150, which is 3%. So yeah, that's basically it. Let's see what happens. Okay guys, so it's currently 11 a.m. and you guys can't believe what happened in AUDUSD. As I explained before, I was considering this amazing trade here, but unfortunately price didn't reach my expected zone, which was this, and I rejected to the 60%. I usually enter in the 60% discount, but because there was this supply zone with a gap here, I consider more probable for price to reach this zone and react from this rather than from this gap. So, but we can see this literally looks like if it was news, but it's not news. Like there's literally no news here. But yeah, it was an amazing trade in AUDUSD, following my strategy perfectly, but it just didn't activate my trade in this area. But yeah, it was an amazing trade, and this is actually very weird that AUDUSD had this huge liquidity. As you guys know in the previous videos, AUDUSD usually don't have liquidity. But yeah, that's basically what happened, and unfortunately we took no trade in AUDUSD, but it was an amazing move. And on US30, we're still in this area. I'm expecting for price to reach at least this 60% discount, that if we sit in the 1 hour or in the 15, it's in this area here that I'm expecting for price to reach, taking all this liquidity sitting below these lows. And here's where my TP is, where this gap is located for a 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I'm still holding US30. It's a very nice move, a very nice trade following my strategy, but unfortunately I wasn't able to take this trade in AUDUSD. But yeah, that's how trading works. But it was an amazing move. Like, I can't believe there's so much liquidity in AUDUSD. But yeah, that's basically what happened. So let's see if we have a final TP in US30, or if price just reverse and take us out in break even. So we'll see. Okay, so it's currently 11:12 and I'm in a complicated decision here, but I'm gonna follow my rules. So my initial target was this, taking out this whole liquidity here. It's for me an accumulation, and I would like to see price to take out this liquidity, and also considering that here is the 60% discount. But price just reached the 50%, and we can see the big rejection in the 50%, and price is almost breaking structure to the upside here, but I'm not closing. I'm just sticking to my plan and holding for price to reach the zone for a 1 to 3, but price could easily reject here considering that it's already in a 50% discount, but I'm waiting for a 60% for price to take this whole liquidity. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna still hold this trade, and like I said, I'm in a free risk trade, so if price decides to reverse to this part here, it's gonna be a break even for me. But yeah, let's see what happens. Okay guys, so it's currently 11:36 and my TP has been smacked. My final TP was here for a 3% and it has been already filled. So it was today a 3% win. You guys can see it here. So in history, there you go. This is the one, 157.86 for today, which is basically a 3% in my 5K prop firm challenge account. So yeah, that was basically all for today. On AUDUSD, we basically missed a beautiful trade, not because we didn't plan to trade, it's just because price didn't activate my order in this supply zone here, but it was also a beautiful trade. So yeah, it was a great session today. My analysis in both pairs was great, and yeah, that was all for today. 3% profit in the beginning of this week. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Hey guys, so welcome to what happened basically on Tuesday, May 14th. I'm not recording live just because I realized when editing this video that unfortunately my microphone wasn't working until the end of the video that I realized. So I'm basically going to explain what happened before I took the trade. Well, yeah, there was a trade today. So basically what happened was that on the 1 hour, I saw that price was rejecting from this gap here, right? And also it basically took like liquidity from this highs. We can see it way more nicer in the 15 minute. So we can see that price basically took liquidity from this high, right? And it also took liquidity basically from all these highs here. Also, if we understand price basically took liquidity from this, then it broke structure to the downside here. I understand that this is not the nicer break of structure just because the candle didn't close with the body. It closed, like it wicked. But still, I consider it, like in my plan, I consider this a valid break of structure when I like the structure overall. So after I saw that, basically I was waiting for the first break of structure to the downside to give me my selling confirmation. So this was basically the low I was expecting for price to break. And we can see that price broke that structure with a lot of momentum. What I did was to consider this supply zone as valid. I placed my entry point around this area with my stop loss kind of like this, right? And my target was this low that was created in news. So that day we had some high impact news at 8:30 a.m. So that's basically my trade. And then price reversed. It activated my entry and then it dropped. So this is basically what you're gonna see in this next part. Hey guys, I just realized that I was recording and my microphone was not turned on. But yeah, basically what I was saying, I took this trade. It has all my confluences. I'm targeting this based on my data. Usually this type of news, when price leave this huge wick, price just wants to take out this whole liquidity sitting around this area. So basically my target is below this zone here for around a 1 to 2.36. The reason why I took this trade, like I was explaining, but I will do it again because there's barely no volume in that. Basically, there was a supply zone here with a break of structure. The supply zone was created after taking Friday's high. Then in the 1 hour, we can see that price took liquidity from all these highs here and all these highs here. So basically all Monday's Asian session and also London session here. And on Tuesday, so today, price took all that liquidity and then it broke structure to the downside in here. This is the break of structure. Some of you guys also call it a change of character. And after changing character, price gave a reversal to this zone here, right, which is the supply zone. It was holding the zone very nicely, and that's where I decided to sell with a market sell, targeting this low here for a 1 to 2.36. Because there's no clear target for me to move my stop loss to break even, depending on how price rejects around this area, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even and just be in a free risk trade. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll update you guys with whatever happens. Okay guys, so based on this rejection here and understanding that price already broke not only this structure here, but also this structure here, I decided to move my stop loss to break even. So we can see that price, after rejecting from the supply zone, it broke this structure here, right? And it also broke this structure here. And now it's kind of rejecting in a way I really don't like. So like my plan says, after price breaking important lows, I should move my stop loss to break even. So that's what I did. So now I'm in a free risk trade. Let's see what happens. I would like for price to reject in this area and then keep dropping. So we'll see what happens and I'll let you know. Okay guys, so it's currently 11 a.m. New York time and there was a break-even trade. This is where basically my break-even point was in the yellow line. So price reversed. But now, as you guys can see, it might work out because it's holding a 60% discount towards this area. So price might go down in this point. But it was a nice trade. I moved my stop loss to break even as my plan says. But yeah, let's see if it actually works. But the trade idea was very nice. And now it's respecting this zone in the 60%. So it's likely for price to keep dropping now. And the XY it's kind of reversing, but it's also respecting a bearish structure. So good. So yeah, let's see what happens. But it was a very nice trade for a break even. So that was all for today. No trades in AU, only in US30. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow it's CPI, so it's very likely for us not to take any trades. But yeah, we will see what happens. See you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome to another day in the markets. Today is May 15th and it's currently 9:35 a.m. I haven't taken any trades today. I'm not gonna lie, I literally woke up like around 20 minutes ago. I'm currently in Vancouver. Well, I live in Vancouver, so it's 6:36 a.m. in here. The reason why I didn't wake up earlier, it's because I'll show you. Today was CPI, all this news here. Usually when there's CPI, I just don't trade my pair. Since now I'm trading US30, that's why I'm watching the markets right now. I waited for New York to open, so 9:30, and then to see what happens in my pair. On AUDUSD, I'm literally not watching anything. Basically, this is what happened. You guys can see this was the whole news here. It basically destroys the market. I understand that this zone is very valid, the one that price is rejecting right now, after taking all these highs here as well as these highs here. So I expect for a movement to the downside now. Breaking the structure. There's still no break of structure. I will have to wait for this area to be taken out, like to break it. But still, we are in a bullish trend. So I'll have to see something more clear and also with more momentum. So yeah, it looks pretty much like a no trading day in AUDUSD. And on US30, I really like this possibility. So if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that price is rejecting from a daily supply zone, right? Supply zone that has a break of structure. I understand that it's respecting a bullish trend by respecting this demand zone here, right? But it broke structure, so, and we've been bullish for a long time, so I would like to see maybe a reversal. But also, this is very nice because we took a Monday's high here as well as this high. Let's put in the 1 hour. So we took this high here, which is Monday's high, We took the news high, which was this one. So we took all the liquidity from here, right? And we also took this high here, this one, which was basically the high of yesterday. So we took 3 highs in this setup. Plus, we're holding a daily supply zone. This is what I call a high quality setup. Of course, if price decides to break structure. Where will be my target? My target will be in this range, right? So my target will be in the around 60% range. So all this gap here, it's a high quality gap, this one here. So that basically will be my target. I understand that there's not too much impulse or there's not too much movement, but let's say that price do this and then give me a discount. I will do something like this, kind of, with my stop loss around this area, targeting something like around this for a 1 to 2. So yeah, that's basically what I'm observing. Let's see if that actually happens and if price gives us the opportunity to sell today. If that doesn't happen, well, it's going to be a no trading day. And yeah, that's all for now. I'll update you guys with whatever happens. Hey guys, so it's currently 10:51 a.m. New York time and I'm done for the day. I took no trades. Like I said, I was waiting for initially this break of structure for me to consider a selling opportunity, as my setup is right now, like my entry idea was. But unfortunately there was, not unfortunately, it's just that there was no break of structure. But yeah, the idea or the analysis was very nice. It's just that there was no opportunities for me based on my strategy, and we have to respect our rules and our confluences every single time. On AUDUSD, there was literally nothing. Like price respected that, broke structure, and now this could be like a setup, right? But it's already 10:52. It's too late for me, so I'm not taking this trade. But yeah, it's a nice idea. But yeah, that's all for today, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow, Thursday. Let's see if tomorrow there's news. Tomorrow there's one at 8:30 a.m. So after 8:30 a.m. I can start looking for some setups. And well, let's see if actually we're able to take some setups tomorrow, if there's a nice opportunity for us, and we'll see. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome to another day in the markets. Today is May 16th and it's currently 9 a.m. New York time. I'm watching right now AU on US30 as always. So for AUDUSD, we can see that price recently rejected from this nice zone, right, in the daily, and it took liquidity from all these highs here as well as all these highs here. After doing that, it basically broke structure in the 1 hour. This is the break of structure and it's been respecting a bearish structure right now. So what I'm waiting is to see if price give us a reversal to an area around this zone for me to sell. So that's what I'm waiting. I'm also waiting if maybe price rejects from this zone. It's very big, so I'll have to see maybe like some movements around this area. So for example, we do this, right? So maybe from an area around this zone to see if there's maybe some movement and some distribution to the upside to see if maybe we can take some buying opportunities. But I'm more biased towards selling, but I don't know if price is going to reverse to our expected zone and then be able to sell. On US30, we can see that basically it's like the same situation, but in this one, so price took this high here, like it's like a liquidity, it's very minimum. So we can see that it barely overpassed this previous maximum high in this area, just like by a little, right? And then it broke structure in the 1 hour to the downside, and this is a very nice zone for me to consider some selling opportunities. But also price is reaching this demand zone that it's also nice, and it's following a completely bullish trend that we can see that we're very, very bullish. So things to mention that make me a little bit iffy about the situation for the market today. It's that price didn't took any yesterday's high or low. So this is Wednesday's high here. Price didn't took that high. And this is the high of yesterday as well on Wednesday. So yeah, I honestly prefer every single time to take trades when a previous high or low has been manipulated, but it's fine as well. So I'll update you guys with whatever happens on US30. As always, I'm waiting for New York Open, so basically in around 25 minutes. And on AUDUSD, I'm just waiting for a more clear confirmation towards my possible entry points, because I'm not chasing the price, so I'm not entering around this area. I'm waiting for a reversal towards this area here and then sell, or to see maybe some movements here to consider some buying opportunities. So I'll update you guys with whatever happens. Hey guys, so it's currently 10 a.m. New York time, and I wanted to place a buy limit around this area, but price started going up very fast. So yeah, my orders is still there, but it hasn't been activated. But I feel that price, it's gonna take this high here, Wednesday's high, to this one. So yeah, that's basically what I'm biased for. Also, we're completely bullish in US30. Took this liquidity here, rejected from this demand zone. So that's basically what I'm looking for. But yeah, I'm gonna see if price maybe give me a discount towards this area, and I'm maybe able to enter the trade, but we will see. On the other hand, in AUDUSD, there's literally nothing. Like I told you guys at the beginning, I was expecting for a reversal to zones around this area for me to consider selling opportunities, but price had been dropping my entire session, which basically means that there's at the moment no trades for me, and it pretty much looks like a no trading day on AUDUSD. So yeah. Okay guys, so it's currently almost 10:20 a.m. New York time, and my bias on US30 worked perfectly. Now what I'm looking for is to see how price rejects or reacts after taking yesterday's high. So this one, it already took it. So now I want to see if price do kind of like a liquidity grab, and then it gives me a selling opportunity. But we have also that price is very close to this historical high that happened on the 1st of April of 2024. So price might also want to take this high before dropping. So that's basically what I'm looking right now. I'm just watching how US30 reacts, but my bias was very nice. Since I first started analyzing my pair, I knew, or I had this demand zone as a very valid demand zone. But yeah, my entry was here, to be honest, and that's my mistake, because if my bias was for buying in this one, I should have entered this trade, something like this. So when it broke, right, then it reversed and something around this, with my stop loss around this area. And this was my first target for me to move my stop loss to break even. The reason why I didn't take this in the first place, it was because the RR wasn't that big. So I had to maybe choose this demand zone or something. And yeah, but also because there were both things happening at the same moment. So there were selling opportunities as well as buying opportunities. So yeah, either way, I should have taken this trade. But yeah, I'm right now watching to see what happens and to see if there are trade opportunities for me, or if there isn't any opportunities. So I'll update you guys with whatever happens. Okay guys, so it's currently 11 a.m. New York time and it's gonna be a no trading day for me. So this was the trade that I was expecting, or I was waiting throughout my session. Price is now starting to reverse to my zone, but it's already 11 a.m. New York time, which basically means that my session is over now. And on US30, I still have 1 more hour to go, but I just don't like price action, and I strongly believe that there's not gonna be like any important trades or any nice setups in my session. The setup was this one, simple as that. So rejected from this demand zone, broke structure, reversed, demand zone again, and then targeting this high. Honestly, I didn't take it because I also liked maybe some selling opportunities. So yeah, also the break of structure was done in news, and yeah, I don't know, but either way, I didn't take trades, and not taking trades is also a win. So yeah, that was all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow, Friday, to see if we can make some profit and to see if the markets are way nicer than today. So see you guys. Hey guys, welcome to another day in the markets. Today is May 17th, and I'm currently watching AU. I liked this setup, but it looks like price is not giving us the discount towards our area. But yeah, what I'm looking for today, it's basically this. So we can see that recently price took yesterday's low and it broke structure to the upside. So what I'm waiting is for a discount towards my point of entry and look for higher areas. My final TP, it's located at the 60% of this range, but because price took liquidity from this, I maybe consider this highs as liquidity. So maybe this whole range is liquidity and price is going for my ideal zone, which is around this 60%. So it's basically, I'll show you guys. So it's basically around this. So this will be my 60% of this area where I honestly like a lot this area to sell. So maybe price might get, so maybe to the reversal, and then I get around this area where it will sell. So that's basically what I'm looking at. The US30, we have something very similar, right? But my data is based on price action after 9:30 a.m. so after New York opens. So I'm gonna wait, but I'm not gonna lie, if price reach this zone, it looks really promising, the setup. But yeah, right now I'm only focused on AUDUSD, so let's see what happens. Hey guys, so it's currently 8:39 a.m. and this is how price is doing right now. I want for price to consider this as liquidity just before my setup. I really like this type of situations when there's kind of like a previous liquidity to my zone. Based on my data, it just gives more momentum towards my area or towards my target. So I will be watching that very carefully and see if price is able to do the whole discount to my 60%, and we're able to take a nice trade today in AUDUSD. So let's see what happens. It looks very nice. Okay guys, so it's currently 9 a.m. New York time, and this is how AU it's doing. Fortunately, price left us, but either way, it was a nice bias, a nice analysis. I'm honestly biased for price to keep going up, taking this whole structure. My reason for that is because if we go into the 4-hour, we can see that price, we can see like how the candle closed after taking yesterday's low. It basically didn't close with body, but it looked like it wicked. So I'm honestly biased for price to consider this whole structure as liquidity and then rejecting from a 60% discount around this area. So basically to do something like this, let me remove this to make it a little bit more clear. So for price to do something like this, so it's going up, take this liquidity here, reject around zones like this one, and then continue to the downside. So that's basically my bias for today. It's maybe a little bit risky, and price might just reject from this whole supply zone here in the 1 hour and keep dropping. But based on how candles closed on the 4 hour, and bias towards price keep going up throughout my session. Hey guys, so it's currently 9:23 a.m. and definitely price left us on AUDUSD. My whole target has been reached, so now I'm not looking for buying opportunities on AUDUSD. So that's basically all for today on AUDUSD. So I'm not taking trades on this pair. Now what I'm watching is for US30 to see what happens after New York opens. So we're basically 5 minutes for the opening of New York. So let's see if price actually respects the zones here and it's able to give us a discount to look maybe for some buying opportunities, or if it maybe breaks to the downside and we now can change our bias towards selling. So let's see what happens. Okay guys, so it's currently 9:48 a.m. New York time, and I took this trade on US30, a buying opportunity. Like I mentioned before, it was a very nice zone, and I'm basically targeting the 60% of this whole range. So you guys can see this is the 50% and this is the 60%. Of course, if price breaks this high here, I'm moving my stop loss to break even for it to be a free risk trade. But my final TP is in this area. So that's basically the trade right there for a 1 to 2.46. Okay guys, so the trade is like this right now. I'm not moving my stop loss to break even yet because my plan says that I have to move stop loss to break even when it breaks the next important high. So it hasn't. So I'm still holding this trade, but I will have to finish recording today's video by now just because I have to go to work. But I will basically do an update later today when I arrive from work, and I'll basically tell you guys what happens. Either way, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to watch my final result. But yeah, basically in simple words, if price is able to break this high to the upside, I'm moving my stop loss to break even. If it doesn't, I'm just waiting for price to maybe reverse and reject from some areas around this, or just for it to be a stop loss. But yeah, that's basically the trade right now, and let's see what happens. I'll update you guys later on. Hey guys, so I just came back from work and I'm gonna explain you guys what happened with this trade. As you guys can see, it literally worked perfect, but it was a break-even trade for me. The reason for this is I'm gonna show you guys way better. I'm gonna do a quick replay mode for you guys to see it better. Okay guys, so basically this was the point where I stopped recording just because I had to go to work. I started work at 8 a.m. Vancouver time, which is basically 11 a.m. New York time. And at this point it was 10:15, so I literally had to go. But as you guys can see, price was at this point where I stopped recording, and basically it did this. It started consolidating very hardly. So we can see that some movement to the downside, upside, downside, upside. And basically when I saw this, it was around almost 11 a.m. New York time. I decided to move my stop loss to break even. The reason why I did this is because throughout this week, I was already in a 3% profit, and I decided to take care of my capital just because I didn't like the price action in this trade, and it was also a little bit late. The third reason why I did this is because I usually like to analyze my trades when I'm sitting down at my desk making consolidated decisions, but I was working, so I was with my phone, was kind of desperate. So I just decided to take care of my capital, make professional decisions, and put my stop loss to break even for it to be a free risk trade. What happened later was the following. So price went down very fast. It took me out on break even. Then it started to push up again, and it broke first high that I was waiting for it to happen basically. And then before reaching my final TP, it went back again. It retested my zone and then it basically rocket launched to the upside, and until this point where you guys can see right now that it's way higher than I actually expected. I was targeting a 60% of the range and it continued going up. So it was an amazing trade, guys. And yeah, I had a break even on this, but I'm not stressed about it. And I'm actually very happy that I made this decision because I honestly believe that it was a great decision. So yeah, that was all for today. So yes, guys, that was all for this week. It was an amazing profitable week for a 3% profit. Actually, a little bit more, like around 3.2% profit for this week. We took 3 trades, 1 trade on Monday, which was a winning trade of around 1 to 3%. Then on Tuesday, we took a break even, and then Friday, we took another break even. We literally only took trades on US 30, but we had great analysis as well in AUDUSD. Unfortunately, both times price in AUDUSD left us. And if that wasn't the case, we would have been way higher than just 3% in this week. Honestly, I'm very happy with myself and my performance for this week. We can't expect just to make returns as, like, for example, at 10% per week, understanding that literally the best hedge funds and like really successful traders around the world make around 30%, 40% annually, sometimes even less. And we can consider that every week we're gonna do 5-6%. So actually making a 3% profit for a week, it's completely great. Actually, in my plan, or ideally what I expect in the future, is to make a 2% return per month. But that's basically great. So making a 3% per week, that's way above my expectations, which is amazing. That's of course the reason why this Friday I took the decision to just move my stop loss to break even and take care of my capital, just because the fact that I told you it's better to make sure that you're taking care of your capital and focusing on long-term returns and not the most high returns in the short term, because profitability is based on long-term data and not in short-term data. But yeah, overall, amazing week, amazing performance. Things to definitely improve. As you guys saw, I was basically left in 2 amazing trades on AUDUSD. The first one, I really consider it my mistake because my rules say that I have to enter in a 60% discount and price gave the 60%. But because I wanted to be a little bit more tight with my entry, I just decided to place it way higher than I should. And that's basically the reason why price left us. But it was an amazing analysis. So I should be very, very attentive to these minimum details, study my trading journal, and make these adjustments to make some great improvements. But overall, great execution, respected my rules, and I performed very nicely. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was an amazing week, and let's see what the next week has for us. We'll continue doing the same thing over and over again. And I promise you guys that if we continue doing this, not only me, but as you guys as well, we'll get great results in the future. So I'll see you guys next week, and thank you for watching.